Hi guys, it's Ray, and we are at the 4th Annual International Women of Power Awards. And of course, we'll be celebrating some phenomenal women today, and the red carpet starts now. Theme of the women this year, I noticed, is their exceptional service and activism. And I noticed that's a little different from last year. Yes, we had a lot of activists, but this time in particular, that's a theme. Why did you choose these women?
Because we just came out of somewhere very dark, whether it's systemic oppression or it's a feeling of not being seen in a whole country. And I felt it was important to put on the platform and acknowledge what we just came from and came through. So we decided to bring this theme of bloom. We're coming out of a dark place. We're showing that we're powerful. We're showing that our voice matters. And we're showing that we need to be seen. And so I brought the legendary Congresswoman Maxine Waters to the platform so that she can represent the sign of hope she is to the world. Wow. This woman right here is a sign of hope throughout the world.
Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever
honored to be here, to have been chosen. To have been chosen to be here, to be honored, is a special time and a special day for me. And I respect the work that is being done to support women and support women everywhere. That's what you're doing. Yes.
Throughout your career, you have had opposition, you have had people kind of throw things in your face. How do you, and what will you tell future generations to make sure that you can stay strong and do what you have to do what you came here to do, and represent your people the way you do?
Well, I tell all of the young people in particular, build the confidence in your children so that they know that there's somebody and that they have power and they have influence and they don't have to take a back step to anybody. And with that kind of confidence, you can use that energy to do things, to change things. I believe in that, and it has worked for me.
What can Black women, especially young Black women, do to make sure that we are standing up for ourselves and making an impact like you have?
I think we got to link arms. We got to join groups, organizations, and just link up with one another and build the society of our future and of our dreams. You know, spaces that we deserve. If we get together with one another, we have more power. There's strength in numbers, and there's creativity that can be actualized in order to create the reality that we deserve.
Congratulations on your award, and how does it feel to be in this pool of women just being honored for the work that you do?
It is a dream come true, and I'm so humbled to be in a group of powerful women, some women that I look up to myself, so it is a dream come true.
And as a model, you were, I think, the first actually to be on the cover of Vogue in your hijab. How have you seen the landscape change since then, and how have you seen it evolve and emerge?
You know, the fashion industry is definitely evolving. I did step back this past year from my modeling career, but it is very promising, I would say, and I hope that the industry continues to highlight diverse talent.
And then, of course, you do a lot of work with, highlighting the refugee crisis in different countries. How is that work? I mean, and obviously we know how it's fulfilling to you, but what is the most, I guess, moving part of this work that you do?
I guess sharing that refugees are humans just like the rest of us, and being able to showcase their resilience and strength, it's been a dream for me. And so I try to use my platform to speak to that, and different projects to highlight refugees and their voices. It's very uplifting work.
Awesome. And for the last one, what do you have to say to young women who are looking to get into either modeling, activism, or even both, and they can do both?
I would say don't change yourself, change the game. So don't be afraid to be a trailblazer and to put yourself out there.
Thank you so much. You're being honored tonight for your many achievements, but what is the one thing that you would say you are most proud of, and especially something that you've been recognized for tonight?
Well, I think I'm most proud of the opportunity that I've had in the last 10 years of leadership throughout a number of corporations. I've always left the seat I was in filled by another African American woman. And so when I think about women of power, it is how do you leverage your power to bring forward the next generation of women who can sit in the seats that I've had the amazing opportunity to sit in? How is it that I'm continuing to speak up when I'm in rooms where there are no other women, but I'm also making sure I'm cultivating these relationships, hearing the language and then using it? I think those are some of the things that I'm most proud of when I think about the 20-year career I've had, not just in automotive, but working with CPG brands.
You just gave me goosebumps, by the way, when I heard you talk about that. And then as we get to mahogany specifically, of course, even when I was a child, there was nothing like that. You couldn't find cards with people that, looked like you and I on there. How does that make you feel just to change that industry?
It is transformative and really exciting. If I think about our amazing writers, senior writers like Courtney and Melvina and amazing contributors, I'm at a place where I'm just able to elevate the 30 years. I mean, it's an iconic brand that's been around for 30 years. And so now I get to sit in the seat and push it from an amazing car brand into a lifestyle brand. And so we're working on a writers community. We're working on an even bigger e-commerce presence. .com. So there's just going to be a lot of amazing things. We announced just 2 weeks ago that there are going to be mahogany movies and shows on the Hallmark Channel. And so next week we're in Martha's Vineyard leveraging and looking for scripts, looking for Black writers, looking for content creators. And so those are just some of the things that we've really got in store. And I'm really excited to be leading the helm.
We're here today to celebrate some really phenomenal, exceptional women. And I would love to know from you, what is the contribution, in your opinion, of Black women that you are most astounded and just overwhelmed by, especially in recent times where we've been talking about mental health, we've been talking about, equality?
It's beautiful to sort of see women sort of take ownership, of what their contributions can be and where they need to sort of draw the line, because I think historically women have, sort of pushed ourselves to the limit and then beyond. So right now, we're in a room where we get to celebrate the contributions of women, right? But it's to the point where now women are saying, I need a break and I need to take care of myself. And that being modeled for generations to come is a strong and powerful model, equally as important or arguably more important than modeling for women that we have to push ourselves until we're shredded to finish, to nothing. So I'm glad that women are sort of striking a balance now and figuring out where it is that we can do and we can fight and we can be on the front lines, and those moments where we have to step back and take care of ourselves, So I'm happy to be in a room, with a collective of women, who contribute in vast ways, from just being the first woman to wear a hijab as a supermodel, to start, being a co-creator of Black Lives Matter, to Republican Maxine Waters, just so many different women who are contributing to the landscape of this world in vast ways, and letting us know that we are the backbone, the centerpiece, and the heartbeat of the world, but we also have to be here for one another, and we have to save ourselves before we can save the world.
All right. And then as I have you here, I have to ask, as I have a nice, beautiful couple here, there's a lot of, I guess, a myth out there that it's difficult to maybe love a Black woman, or it's, we're difficult or hard. And so I want to know from you, how are you debunking that narrative? Because it's not true. So, what is it like to love a powerful and beautiful Black woman?
It's not really hard. The hard part is making sure that we actively striving towards loving one another. And anything else, if it's worth it, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work, and we're in a microwave generation where things can be readily available in a few minutes, but when you want something of substance, you have to put in the time, and you have to log in those hours.
What grade does he get? 100%?
Yes, today. You get high A today.
Today you get
high A.
All right. So we're here to honor some very powerful and wonderful Black women today. Yes. And I would love to know from you, who do you look up to, whether in the industry or outside of it, that, makes it possible for you to do what you do?
Oh, wow. Ooh, the list is very long. I look up to a lot of women, a lot of people, I wouldn't even say women, but a lot of women in the industry, specifically Black women that have had longevity and kind of hung in there and have multiple gifts that they're using. And so I'm inspired by all of that. So honestly, the list is way too long to even name one or a couple people for you, because there's so many people that inspire me, you know.
All right. One question I want to ask, and I'm dying to ask, when you're on set, I know there's been a lot of talk, especially for Black actresses, about being on set and, you know, not having the right hairstylists or tools or, you know, people to accommodate you.
Yeah.
Do you find that that's changing in the industry, in the things that you've been in the productions that you've been on? Do you find that that's getting better?
I think so. I actually don't have that problem. I've never really had that problem. I mean, maybe like many years ago, but typically people, when I work on sets, I'm very lucky on All American. We have some great hairstylists, but I think it's changing because people are talking about it more, so people are paying attention to it and being more mindful of who they bring on board in the hair departments, you know, so I think so, and that's a good thing. But thankfully, it hasn't been that bad, you know, for me. For the most part, I've worn my hair natural, and it hasn't really had to be straightened or anything, so it kind of saves them from trying to do something to it. They may throw a wig on it, but, you know, there's always that. But I haven't really had any real big issues that I would vocalize and say it's been drama. I mean, not drama, but that's been an issue for me, you know.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, because there's been so much talk about it recently, and I'm like, I haven't had that experience either. So I was like,
yeah, but that is a reality. I totally understand. Yeah, it is because people are talking about it. So now people are just being more mindful of it, you know. So which is a good thing.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
So wonderful to celebrate all these amazing, amazing women, and it's presented by Heirs of Afrika. And I'm Ray, and you've just been buzzed.